Hey guys, back with another Echoing Thoughts podcast here, episode number 27. And this video really, we're just gonna talk about V3 patch notes. Actually, a lot in this patch that was other than V3. There was a rebalance, Moon Fragment came out, trying to milk us for everything we got. They have Arcana, the new 235 plus map. They had EXP curve, kind of everything. They had, increased V slots, but the main thing is the V3. So this podcast is gonna be pretty short. I'm actually gonna have a guest tomorrow that I'm gonna talk to more in depth. It's way more fun to talk to someone else about this versus just me talking to the camera. So we're definitely gonna do that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna save a lot of the good content for that podcast, but this one's just gonna be initial takeaways, right? I recorded this about maybe a few hours after it went live, did a few tests, talked to a lot of people who maxed their nodes, did some content. Obviously, no one did Lotus or, top tier content. Some people didn't even do Guild Dungeon or Covert. People were just opening nodes. And it was kind of nice for me because of the fact that I haven't opened nodes in bulk in pretty much all calendar year, probably longer than that. So that's always a lot of fun. And for me, I was able to max my V3 skill, my main one, and actually get my other one to level around 10 with about 500 nodes. So that's pretty good. I'm going to leave it at that for now. But that was kind of nice to see, much less than previously. So if you kind of want an idea of how much it took me personally, some people took more, some people took less. That's kind of what it came down to. But I just want to go through this quickly, kind of just classes that I've just looking through this patch notes. I'm not going to share on my screen here, but really right off the bat, V3 wasn't anything we didn't expect. A lot of people kind of knew who was already going to have strong V3s. Off the top of my head, DKs, Paladins, Heroes, kind of the Explorer Warriors, insane V3s. Shadowers, Night Lords are really strong as well. Dual Blades kind of took a step back. Bishops, ho hum. I think 5 Poison Mages got a really good one. And I think who else? Evans, obviously, insane. And some other classes were kind of underwhelming. I know Blasters wasn't that great. Demon Slayer is really nice. Kaiser is really good. I think there were just a lot of classes that, just the talk of the town, just everyone's obviously hitting PRs. Obviously, everyone's getting more damage. That's nice. We'll see how it stacks up with the other classes, but I think we have a pretty good gauge. Mercedes obviously is SS tier. I think right now, if I could take a guess about the top 2 classes, it's probably Mercedes and Paladin. And the insane part wasn't really the V3 class specific. It was more of the common V3s that came out that was different than Korean Maple Story. Was the Warriors got an iframe, and so did the Mages. So it was actually 3-second iframe every 60 seconds. So we pretty much got our own built-in dark sight, mini dark sight ish, right? And that's nice. It kind of means that they're listening to us. It feels like it, anyways, right? We've talked about the discrepancy, kind of the real gap between the top tier class and lower tier classes being iframes. And what did they do? They listened. I don't know if they listened to this or listened to other people and feedback, whatever it is, it means they did something, right? And that's nice. Mages were kind of sitting ducks out there, right? They didn't, I don't think, maybe only a few mages with Freud had iframes to, immune kind of on call. Warriors, classes like Demon Avengers, Dawn Warriors, even like Heroes, don't really, they have sort of iframes, but nothing that is separate from kind of the rotation. So obviously Paladins got another iframe, DK's got a little shorter iframe, but overall it just is interesting that Warriors and Mages got iframes with their V skill, with their common class skills. And it only has to be level 1 too, right? So that's really nice. Utility, I kind of just wish they gave all the classes that. Like, why not pirates? Why not archers? Archers are squishy. Thieves, even 3 seconds. It's not a game changer. There's more buttons, obviously, but more buttons is good to have, in my opinion. Utility, survivability it's nice. It's nice in my opinion. So I kind of just wish, didn't really make sense to me. It's nice to have it for warriors and mages, but I just wish, why not just give it to all the classes? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Hopefully it's just changed out in the future and make everyone happy. It's not like that, just makes sense to me. But other than that, oh, I heard archers with fair trade, they get extra crit damage too. So they get like up to 75% crit damage with their during the duration of their V3. That's pretty sweet. That's really nice. But what I liked about this patch also was that they had little rebalances as well. And I find this very interesting, and I like it, right? That they've been putting out rebalances consistently. We talk about how every patch and update has been a dub. It's been a win. It's been a success, in my opinion. Even these little mini iframes within the patches, they don't have to do this, right? People would just be happy with V3 skills, but it kind of means that they're listening, right? That they may not be, you may not think they're listening to feedback, but they are, obviously, right? Because these little updates, rebalances on top of V3 is really something, right? They've never done this before. So, for example, bishops, 3 extra lines to their main attack may not seem like a lot, but it's not nothing, right? Bishops were so far behind as far as line count. That matters, right? That adds up. May not bring them up to kind of where other classes are, but on top of their V3 skill, which is pretty underwhelming, I feel like it at least gives them a fighting chance, right? It kind of makes them, feel at ease. Pathfinders, they got a few extra lines too as well. They could get more, but I heard it's a good amount. Buccaneers, Nightwalkers, huge. Nightwalkers are about to pop off. Their line count was pretty low, and they had a lot of clone lines that didn't cap. Nightwalkers are about to be, they're about to be up there with the other thieves, for sure. Kind of looking like Thief Story is back. I would take any thief pretty much above any warrior besides the paladin. So maybe a blaster as well. But yeah, Nightwalkers are back for sure. Nightwalkers are nice. They're going to get a lot of lines just from their bats, their passive lines, from their spears, and they're going to get KLC remaster soon too. So yeah, they're back for sure. And that's nice for them. Kaisers as well kind of stood out to me. 3 extra lines to their main attack. Their attacks are fast. So Kaisers, they're OP. They're really good in KMSM. They're looking like a very competitive warrior as well, which is really nice. And then Sia, even more lines to their attacks. Sia's already kind of broken, but they just got a ton of lines too. Kind of just scrolling through the rest of this patch. Obviously the V3 is the main bread and butter. Burning challenge, nothing really special. Kind of doesn't feel like I looked at these events and I didn't want to do any of them, honestly. I just wanted to open nodes and A/B and test things. So it seems like a lot of stuff, a lot of events. I'm curious what they do in the next few months or the next month, if they have another patch at the beginning of July, and anniversary is obviously at the end. So we'll see what they do with this. But then the big one is, they call it Starlight Fragment, Moon Fragment, same thing. They had a lot of stuff in the event shop, a lot of stuff. The backgrounds, ooh, backgrounds are pretty cheap compared to the last one. That one hurts. That one's yeah. I kind of like this one better too, the water. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but yeah, milking us. Nexon is milking us. I really like the Thundering Mount. It looks pretty sweet. It kind of has like a little aura around it too that you don't see in the patch notes, but in kind of live reaction, it's nice. It's got a nice unique lightning kind of barrier shield around it. Damage skins, underwhelming. Not really gonna get any of them. They brought back all the the Choo Choo Island, the Vanishing Journey sets. Those are pretty sweet as well. Kind of pricey. This is all pricey, right? I'm honestly, I don't plan on going hard on this. Kind of the first time I looked at it. There's a lot of good stuff, but I'm honestly planning on not spending that big on it. I got other things. Yeah, but they got royal pets. They got pony sets, always a big hit for people. So yeah, patch notes. Kind of my biggest takeaways. Oh yeah, we also skipped over the map, but Arcana probably is what it's called. That map is small. Just kind of first glance talking to people, 6-man parties is kind of just walking around the entire time, especially with all the good mob clears and things like that, map clears. Yeah, it feels like people are kind of just walking around a lot. EXP looks insane. They look tanky. They hit hard. I think like 40k. But yeah, it feels like they are. Yeah, I'm excited with the XP curve as well. Probably get to 235 in about a week. Extra physical attack, extra symbols. Yeah, but my overall thoughts. I'm definitely going to talk about it more tomorrow with my buddy that I'm going to have on as a guest. But this was just initial thoughts. I think, just from a paladin's perspective, obviously, we're kind of the best of the best. The class, a lot of people are re-rolling to the class. Our V3 was good as expected. With the common skill, it's even better. I think the meta is going to change a little bit. I'm really interested to see how classes stack up. I think dual blades took a step back. Now being a top 3-4 DPS versus being 7-8 step back, but they're still really strong, right? I think Shadowers got a nice burst. Nightwalkers, like I mentioned, Night Lords, Boston Kings, obviously. I think heroes are really good. It just feels like, in my opinion, right, they're going along this thought process of warriors sort of being the tanks, the aggro, right? They're giving them more HP, they're giving them more stats, they're giving them iframes so that they can sort of be the tanks to position the boss, especially thinking of Damien, while all the other classes are kind of standing behind and doing their DPS, right? That just feels like the path they're going. Paladins are obviously, in my opinion, if you can get a good paladin for your Damien runs or even for Lotus, they just have so much utility. Synchro, iframes, it's just the burst, the toolkit. It's I wish I could say that paladins weren't as good, but paladins are top tier. I think that even phantoms seems like they have good bursts, but I'm kind of just rambling here, to be honest. There's a lot to unpack. I'm excited kind of to see over the next few weeks how classes stack up lines wise, DPS wise, as people start to level max their V matrix, just Damien progression. We're gonna get all into it tomorrow. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow's podcast. This is just gonna be kind of emergency breakdown classes, but I hope that you're excited. Definitely let me know, what classes you're playing, what classes you think are going to be really good V3, what you're excited about, right? What you plan on, if you're planning on doing more content, right? You're going to practice Arc, you're going to practice Lotus, you're going to do Damien, maybe you're going to do reroll to another class. I think there's a lot of options with this patch, this update, this time of the year. So I'm excited to see the game. The community feels like it's lively, right? I know Arans, I forgot to mention them. They got a big buff too. They look really nice and strong. So people are hitting PRs. Everyone in Guild, obviously, Guild Dungeon wants to see themselves do PR and just get excited again. And that's what V3 does. And this is kind of what everyone waits for throughout the year, comes back for. And I'm excited. Definitely going to be having a lot of fun. We have our Damien run tomorrow, Lotus, everything. Just going to see where everyone stacks up, the DPS, the numbers, the times, the PRs. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just learning a new class pretty much all over again because I have 2 new buttons that I have to fit into my skill wheel on top of, everything. Fixing the V matrix, things like that. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are excited too. And yeah, excited to share more content. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thanks again. I'll see you guys next time.